Right. What's up, champ? Hope you're having a great day. Another day, another true versation. And today, before we jump in, you know I'm new to this, guys. Please like, subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you like the podcast, give me a little comment. If you don't like the podcast, I also would love to hear your opinion. And if you don't like me, I would like to hear that also, actually. So just let me know in the comments what you think about this podcast, right? And today we're gonna dive deep into a concept that I call destination addiction, which is an addiction I've been having for the longest time. Destination addiction is essentially the idea that happiness lays in the next destination, the next job, the next partner, the ideology that the grass is always greener on the other side. I've been and I probably am still a victim of that. I traveled to over 40 countries. I've had multiple different careers. I've been dancing professionally, videography professionally, modeling professionally, coaching professionally, personal trainer professionally. Been entrepreneurs. I had tons of different businesses. I had a sneaker shop. I had an online sneaker shop. I had a dance school. I've ran different coaching programs. I've sold products. I've sold courses. I've helped others to set up their business. So and it's this idea that the grass is always greener, right? And if you connect that to your happiness, and you are constantly thinking that happiness lays on the other side. And if you get this wrong, you will truly never feel fulfilled. The thing that you are constantly looking for is right in here. That's the thing. I don't know if you guys read the book The Alchemist, but spoiler alert, but it's kind of what the whole book is about. The whole book is about this kid that goes on this quest, searching, and then it comes to the pyramids, and then he realized, by the end of the book, that the answer was right in front of him. And that's the thing. And I got that question a bunch of times, what's my biggest fear? I think that's actually my biggest fear. One of my biggest fears is, of course, my number one biggest fear is that I won't live up to my true full potential. The second of my biggest fears is that I will live a life only to understand that what I was looking for was right here, was right in front of my face. And that is, again, why I'm so focused on practicing gratitude. We went down to the beach where we live. For you guys who don't know, we literally live 200 meters from the beach. 150 maybe. I can see the ocean from here. And it's one of those things that but I'm already living in paradise. I'm already working with what I want to work with. I'm making my own money. I've been making my own money for over a decade now. Can always make more. But at what point do I settle? Right? At what point do I embrace the fact that this is it, this is enough? Is there such thing as enough? Arguably, a lot of people are saying that there isn't. But then you also have big philosophical thinkers that are claiming there is that threshold. And the same thing with making money, right? When you make a certain amount of money, it doesn't really matter anymore because you can't spend more. There is a threshold to that. And when it comes to your happiness, I think that's so important for you to truly embrace that feeling of there is not necessarily an end destination. Because it's as cliche as it may sound, but the journey is the goal. The journey is truly the goal. And if you don't enjoy the journey, what are we doing? That is something I've been highly focused on these last years. Since I came to Cape Verde, since I moved back to Africa, that is one of the main things I've been focusing on. Enjoying my life that I'm living right now, because I might die tomorrow. I might not be here tomorrow. And I know if I spent my last day just in front of the computer, not went down to the ocean and took 5 minutes, I would regret that. Yesterday I did that. Yesterday I had a 10-minute break. And what I did was I ran down to the ocean, took a swim, chilled for like 3 minutes, took a couple of deep breaths, then I ran back up went on to my next meeting. And if that's not quality of life, I don't know what is. Right? Because it's easy to get caught up in the idea that you need something else than what you already have. Like a friend the other day asked me, I did a poll on Instagram, asked me a question on Instagram, and one of my friends asked me like, what's your 5-year movie ending? What's your 5-year goal? And I stopped and I thought about it for a second, and it's like, but I want to do this. I want to do what I'm doing now, just on a way bigger scale, like on a way significant quantum leap bigger scale. More clients, more pay, more paychecks, more time at the beach, more students that I'm helping, young wolves, more dancers, more dance congresses, you know what I mean? Like more parties, big parties, like that's what I want to do, more impact, helping more people. So I'm so happy with where I am, because it's kind of like there's this beautiful story about the fisherman and the beach club owner. So every day this fisherman goes out, 5 o'clock in the morning, he goes out, he fish, he comes back at 10, and then from 10 until the day finish, he spends the entire day from 10 until 8 at the beach with his family and his son, his family. And every day he do that. Every day he goes, 5 o'clock he goes out, 10 o'clock he comes back, spend the rest of the day with his family, just enjoying with his son and his beautiful wife. One day, the beach club owner, because he sees him, every day he sees him coming in at 10. Every day he sees the fisherman coming in at 10. So the beach club owner goes up to the fisherman and he says, hey, why do you only work 5 hours every day? Like, if you worked, imagine if you would have worked double. Imagine what would happen if you worked double the time. And the fisherman responds, yeah, like, by basic math, I would probably get double as much fish. And the beach club owner goes, exactly, you would have double as much fish. And then if you work triple as much, just for a couple of years, then you would probably have the biggest fisherman or fish, whatever that's called, fish thing, fish thing, fishery. You would have the biggest fishery on the island. And the fisherman go, yeah, that's true. And then he says, like, but when you have the biggest fishery in the island, you would have employees, you would have more boats. You could, and then you do that for a couple of years, and the fisherman goes, yeah. And what do I do then? And the beach club owner goes, but when you're finished with that, you can then retire and spend all of your day at the beach with your family. And the fisherman goes, but I'm already here. And there's some power to that story. So it's like, but because it's Babylon. It's like it's this stress, that the destination addiction, that on the next job, on my next paycheck, on this thing, that as soon as on the next thing, then I'll reach happiness. My next boyfriend, my next partner, then I feel fulfilled. It's like, I saw. And it's this thing with social media. I believe it's the biggest blessing and the biggest curse that have ever happened to planet Earth, honestly. Because social media allows me to live the life of my dreams. It allows me to connect with my family when I'm living abroad. It allows me to make money from thin air. But it also puts a lot of mental pressure and ideal in people's head that happiness is on the next thing, that everybody else's life is better than yours. And when you put that back to yourself, it's hard to navigate, especially if you're young, right? It's really hard to navigate. But you need to remember that you are the fisherman. In your life, you are the fisherman. Because you see that you see it so clearly. You follow these people on social media. It's like the last year, this person has been in love with 4 different people. Everybody, this is the love of my life. Boom. Then you talk about it on social media. Nothing wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that you're obviously addicted to the next destination. This is my dream partner, everything I ever wished for. Finally, you taught me how to love me. Break up. New partner. This is the love of my life. Next one. Break up. It's like, you're so busy. And there is this saying is like, and I can 100% relate to this in my own life. It's like, I went and created myself. I went and recreated myself after my last relationship. While my ex-partner, she went and found someone else. I went and recreated myself. She went and found somebody else. Because the destination addiction is that pattern. And it's that pattern. And it's a clear pattern in a lot of people's lives. It's a clear pattern. But a lot of people don't dare to do the necessary work because it's uncomfortable. You really have to look deep into your own eyes. And it's almost like you get to stare into the abyss long enough. Because then you understand that the abyss stares back at you. And when you're staring into that, that's when you will find the answer. And if you don't find the answer, it means you haven't stared deeply enough into that. Because that's where you are. That's where you'll find it. That's the like the holy grail is literally that. You're staring into the darkness of your own personality. You're staring into the shadows of your own characters. And as a response to that, you finally get some keys to becoming who you want to become. And that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. That's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. Let me tell them, it's not comfortable. It's not easy, but it's so goddamn worth it. It's so worth it. Because remember the fisherman. Why am I gonna work 15 hours every day to retire at the beach while I'm already at the beach? Yeah, but I want to make an impact. I want to leave a legacy. Listen. Generational wealth, statistically, lasts for 3 generations. Come on. Statistically. Like, you really think you are above that? Like, not only do you have the audacity to think that you are the 1% of the 1%. Because we're not talking about getting rich right now. We're talking about wealth. So not only do you think you are the 1% of the 1% that's going to generate wealth, jättelång generational wealth. And then you also think that amongst all of these people that are generating generational wealth in their lifetime, you also believe in the ability that your family or that your teaching is going to simmer down into how many generations? How many generations do you think? 5? 10? Like, you legit believe that. And if that's what you believe, and that's your mission, go for it. If that's your mission, go ahead, champ. Like, I applaud you. I have legit friends that are going for billionaire status with a B, Billy. That's not my mission. That's not my mission. A billionaire with a B. Do you know what the difference between a billionaire and a millionaire is? A millionaire, 1,000,000 seconds. Just to put this in perspective. 1,000,000 seconds is 12 days. Roughly 12 days. 1,000,000,000 seconds. Guess how much that is? It's roughly 33 years. That's the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. Because imagine you get $1 billion tomorrow. Boom, what do? You sure you can handle that responsibility? How are you going to distribute that? You're going to give some to your family, right? How much? Nothing? Half of it? 5/3 of it? And to who? Who in your family? Your cousins? Your cousin's children? Your grandmother? Your grandmother's sister? And then who's going to help them manage that? You? You're going to help them manage their money now. Because with an access of supply, what are they going to do with their life? Who's gonna manage that? You? Sure you have that? You sure you have that inside of you? I'm not sure. Only you know. But there is a powerful thought to have. And like I said, like I don't know the answer. I'm not sure how to overcome destination addiction. I just know that this is very on top of mind when it comes to my own life. Very, very on top of mind when it comes to my own life. Because even when you're down at the beach, even when we're down at the beach, bro, when you go down to the beach here in Cape Verde, you will always find a 10. You will always, every time, no matter what day it is, no matter what time it is, you will find a woman that is a 10. So there is always somebody that's gonna be hotter. There will always be a better body than the girl you have right now, or better body than the man that you have right now. Or he's younger, she has a better ass, or he makes more money. Always, that will always come around. And you're gonna go for that, yeah? You're gonna keep going for that. Destination, next woman, next partner, next romance, next lover. You better watch out for that. You better watch out for that. Because it's the same, like it's the same system. It's the same like this, like, how do you say? It's the same like dopamine rush addiction that we have, all of us have right now because of social media, yeah? It's the same thing. But social media is like a micro level. But then if you look at the macro level, you guys know I talk a lot about this. I talk about the micro and then I talk about the macro. Social media is the micro level. It's the machine. Fast dopamine. But then on the macro level, it comes to your life decision. I don't like my job, new job. I'm fighting with my partner, new partner. My partner is getting old, new partner. I don't feel the same chemistry anymore, new partner. At what point do you settle? Because settling is not settling because you're like you give up. It's like you settle because you're committed. That's different. That's a different mindset. It's like I'm committed to this partner. I'm committed to this mission. This is the one thing. But then there is this all-time balance, right? Because at what point is it's not worth the squeeze. Like you've been trying to squeeze out this lemon, and at what point do you just keep squeezing and there's no juice coming out, right? And only you know that. Again, that's such a personal thing, but if you don't think about this thing, you're going to end up staying in relationships for way too long. Way too long. You, like somebody's commenting here on Instagram, never happy and fulfilled with what they have. Again, keep squeezing, like, squeeze this lemon, next lemon. Squeeze this lemon, next lemon. Squeeze this lemon, fuck it. We don't get more lemons, okay, let me go for pears. Fuck this pear. Let's go with this orange. So give me some strawberries. Fruit salad. And that's the thing. You're addicted to the destination. Because me, I don't listen to what people say anymore. I know it's a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's true. And you know this cliche of saying, right, like, don't look at people's, don't listen to what they say, look at their actions. I don't even look at their actions. I look at the patterns. Okay, now I'm seeing this girl, an example. Now I'm seeing this girl. She cheated on her last boyfriend. Then she broke up fast with the previous one, the one before that. And then here I come. And my life is in and out. I'm always out and about. I don't stay in one place for a long time. What makes me think I'm so special that she's going to commit to me and not do the same? Because her pattern, the data is speaking against it. And sometimes you make moves anyway. And that's the beautiful thing with life. Sometimes you make moves and it's like an emotional decision. You trust your intuition. But they know that that's an emotional and intuitive decision. That was not a logical, rational decision. You have the logic and rationality versus the emotions and intuition. No one is worth more than the others. No one is worth more than the other. They are both valuable, but they are two opposites. So when you make a decision that is emotional, just at least know that it was an emotional decision. Don't come to me and say, no, but, you know, like, logically you're trying to make sense. No, know that you're making an emotional decision. Know that that's an emotional decision you're making. 2020, I moved back to Sweden a couple of months because of the Rona. And I met a girl, and my best friend and partner also met a girl. Both of us stupidly in love. Stupidly in love, both of us. The women didn't know each other. And we were gonna move to Malta for business. For business ventures. And I remember it so clearly. We slept in the same room, me and my partner, and we said, bro, like this is such an emotional decision we're making, but I like this woman so much. I think we should bring them to Malta. And worst thing that happens, it didn't work, but fuck it, at least we tried. Right? And he was on the other end of the room, and he says, you know what? Yeah, but let's not forget this is an emotional decision. And now, just fast forward 1 year, both of us are single. Fast forward 2 years, one of us is still dealing with that headache. Or we're still dealing with that headache. Now, was it worth the squeeze? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because what thing is more beautiful than betting on love? But was it an emotional decision? Fuck yeah, it was. But now, logically, I can look back at it. It's like, blah. I was hypnotized, and I tried to make logical sense by it. I can't, because now I'm with my logical brain, but that emotional and intuitional, if that's a word, decision made total sense for me and my guy at the moment, right? But then at least you gotta own it. But then what did I do? After that? We broke up. I got it. It's time for me to check myself. I got to check my own patterns and own behaviors. I'm not going to find myself I'm not going to find happiness in the next partner. I got to go and recreate myself. Then I can continue on my journey. And when the next right one, or hopefully the last right one, comes into my life, at least I know I'm ready. Because I went and recreated myself while my ex went and found another one. So impossible that she had been able to work on her problems. Like it just is. So what are we doing here? Why is this making sense? Because again, destination addiction is a real addiction that a lot of us have, and very few of us dare to stare long enough into the abyss to get the answers that we need, and then self-assert, look into self, and do the necessary work and preparation in order for us to get to that next level. Stay sharp.